Let's begin our session today. I hope you guys can see me, hear me. Yeah. Okay. So sit with your back and neck straight and very gently close your eyes. And just start observing your breath. Watch the natural flow of your breathing as you inhale and exhale. Take a few moments to come to your posture. Shift your awareness to the way in which you are sitting and see if you can make some adjustments to be in a better posture, a posture which is more comfortable and stable for you. Gently come back to your breathing. And slowly begin to deepen the breathing. Go for slow, long, and deep inhalations. Slow, long, and deep exhalations. Use this time to relax your mind. After your next inhalation, hold your breath in for about 2 seconds and then go into the process of exhalation. We'll begin our session today with 3 Om chantings followed by 3 Shantis. Inhale deeply for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Just observe the vibrations. Join your palms together and rub your palms together. Keep your palms on your eyes. Very slowly, while blinking and looking at your palms, begin to open up your eyes. Start coming back with a smile. And namaste to everyone. Let us begin today's session. So today we are going to continue our topic of mudras, and today we are covering the types of mudras. So even though the hand mudras are the most famous one, and they have a very vast variety, there are other forms of mudras as well, and you guys have been performing them. So it's always good to have insight into the types of mudras. So first type is the hand mudras, called Hasta Mudras. HASTA. So these mudras are the most famous mudras because our hands, they have a lot of points from which energy escapes, and you will see generally if you go for even acupressure treatment, they press some points on your hands because hands are connected to all the body organs. So different portions of your hands, they are connected to different body organs. So a lot of mudras are basically experimenting with this thing only, where they are connecting certain parts of the hand and seeing the impact on different organs. So your entire body you can access through your hands. If you press a certain point, then a certain body organ it gets triggered. So in mudras, I told you already that when you form mudras, you also press the points, right? So that is why hand mudras got very, very famous also, because but just the variations that you could do with the hands, you could probably, um, access your entire body, basically, or something related to your entire body could be accessed through just different postures, different gestures that you do with the hands, right? So Hasta Mudras, yesterday we covered 𝐃𝐚𝐲-𝟐𝟏 Mudra, Vayu Mudra also yesterday we covered. So all of these come under hand mudras. There is a vast variety, right, when it comes to hand mudras. So you can go in depth when you want to study about them, right? But we only have limited mudras in our syllabus which are related to the hands. So even those mudras, if you understand and you are able to practice, that is also good enough, right? Then the next form of mudras that we have is your head mudras. No, just right. So these are called mana mudras, MANA. Gestures with your head. So head, basically this includes your eyes, okay, nose, ears, tongues and lips. So good variety is covered. So eyes, nose, ears, tongue, lips. So we have done quite a few, which included this also, and today also we will cover some, so you'll get more idea, right? So like focusing the eyes in between the space of the eyebrows, right? Or focusing the eyes on your nose tip, right? Even your Shanmukhi Mudra, that the one you did during Brahmari. So we were closing the eyes and the nose, the lips, ears also. They also got involved, right? So these types of mudras, they come under the head mudras, right? They're basically working on the energy that is flowing out of the eyes, the nose, through the ears, basically, right? So there again is a vast variety of mudras that exist even in this category of mudras, right? So some of them I told you because these are sooner or later we are going to discuss them, right? So then you come to the uh, Kaya Mudras or body postures, the postural mudras. 𝐾𝐴YA. So sometimes we perform the Kaya Mudras also. So what they do is they take us into a posture and they give us a particular breathing way in which we have to concentrate on the movement of the energy, right? So whenever you will look at the postural mudras, you will see generally the attention keeps on shifting and how it is shifting along with the flow of the energy, right? In asana, you will most likely just be aware of your breathing and you are aiming to attain the posture, but it becomes a mudra when you concentrate on the different energy channels or the way in which the energy is moving as you are coming into that posture. And generally, when you come in the final position, then again you move the attention, right? So, examples of this is your Vipreet Karni Mudra. And Yoga Mudra. These two are quite relevant for you guys. I think you must have practiced at least Yoga Mudra for sure, I know, because it's in Ashtanga primary series. Vipreet Karni is VIP, 𝐻𝐸𝑇-KARNI, Preet Karni Mudra. Right, so this is done with the body posture, right? Then next category of your mudras is your bandhas or locks. Okay, now bandhas are different, but when a mudra is performed with a bandh or a lock. So locks, I will tell you more about locks also. So there are particular locks that we perform, right? But mudras, when we use the bandha mudra, this category when we see, so it's like a mudra is being performed with the lock, like in your postural mudra. You are taking a posture and then you are performing the mudra along with that, concentrating on the way in which the energy is flowing. In that same way, when you take a lock or perform the locks, generally all three locks are performed. So when you perform the locks, after that your attention, you shift the attention, right? So example of this is the Mahamudra. So over here you apply the locks, and then as you are going into this posture, you shift your attention also. So it's a combination of both the things, not just the locks. Okay. So let me tell you a little bit about locks also, since this has come up, right? So like mudras, there is another concept called the bandhas. Okay, don't confuse this bandha and the one I'm telling you about. Okay, this is a category of mudras only. But bandhas are like sometimes they are considered to be again categories of mudras only. But right now we'll understand them separately. So bandhas are basically locks. Okay, so you put locks in your body so that again the purpose is quite similar, that the energy doesn't escape. But these locks are very, very specific in very specific locations, right? So one is your chin lock, or your right now I'll just give you the English name. So chin lock. Okay. So when you stop the energy from flowing from the chin region, so you would have done it a lot of times. You just bring your neck down and you put this lock. Okay. The one is your chin lock, first one. Then second one is your abdominal lock. There you exhale fully and push your abdomen in and up. So I'm just telling you briefly about these, okay? But you will, of course, cover them. You have entire concept of bandhas even in your pre-recorded videos, right? And then there is the mool bandh, right? Which is basically the lock that we perform when we contract the perineum region. Okay, so one energy is flowing. That day also we had a talk that the energy flows through like downward flow of the energy also takes place. So in order to restrict that downward flow, we have the perineum lock. So these are the three locks in general that are present: chin lock, abdominal lock, and your perineum lock. So I will write them down also. If we have time tomorrow, we will discuss locks. Okay. So I've written them down in the chat box also. If you have time tomorrow, we will discuss more about this. So you can see the bandhas that we are talking of in mudras are different. Okay, it's a combination of both bandha and mudra. All right. And I'll just write down your last type of mudras also. Last type is called Adhar, ADHARA. Again, this fifth type is again another way in which you make sure that the energy doesn't flow downwards. So when these mudras are adopted, then the yogi makes the effort to direct that energy upwards, basically, right? So your Ashwini Mudra, ASHWINI, Ashwini Mudra. This is an example. There are a few others as well. So if you read Hatha Yogic texts, you will find their mention. Right? Their main aim is that the energy that is flowing downwards, that is redirected upwards. And I already told you the reason for that direction, change of direction, why the yogi does that, because their main aim is the upward flow of the energy. Right? So when one performs these mudras, then they are aiming to do that. Right? So these are your 5 types of mudras. Any doubts so far? No? Okay. So let's begin with today's topic. We are going to cover a few more mudras, right, in detail. So the first one that we are going to cover today is your Bhairava. Bhairava and Bhairavi Mudra. I'll just spell this out also. BHAIRAVA. And Bhairavi is BHAIRAVI. So in English, we call it the fierce gesture. So how is this done? Just very common. You would have seen this before also. So all you do is, it's a meditative mudra. So all you do is you place the right hand on top of the left hand, and you just place your hand down. You know, sometimes you sit in meditation like this. Keep the palms together, and you just sit like this, right? So when the right is on top of the left, it's called Bhairava. First name that I have written. And Bhairavi is when the left hand is placed on top of the right hand. So the second name that I have written after that slash, that is just a change in the hand which is placed on the top. Okay, so you are placing your palms either like this or like this. Okay, so all of you guys know by now, right represents the masculine energy, right? So when you place the right hand on top, the masculine energy dominates, right? And when you place the left on top of the right one, again, it's the opposite, feminine energy comes to dominate, right? So all of the features associated with the right side, which I told you in your Hatha Yoga classes, those all will be activated when you are placing the right hand on top. And whatever features I told you are associated with the left side, they will get activated when you are going for the other hand on top, right? It is a great meditative mudra, right? And again, because we are placing one hand on the other, so again, all of the energy that would have escaped, that is again getting logged over here, right? When we place the hand like this or like this, right? It's creating again a circuit. So this in itself creates an entire circuit, no? The energy which would have normally escaped, now you're keeping the hands like this or like this. So you might find one of them to be more comfortable for you than the other. So you guys can go ahead and perform that during meditation. This is a meditative mudra, right? So it's going to help you a lot. Some people don't like placing their palms on the knees in chin or Gyan mudra. So for them, placing the hands in the, it's better than some people, lock their hands and sit like this. So it's better to go for this mudra, right? Because your back remains straight and shoulders also remain relaxed. And then again, you are creating an energy circuit. So it's only going to help you, right? When you do the mudra with the meditative practices, right? So let's move to the next one in your course. Nasikagra Mudra or nose tip gazing. NASIKAGRA. Nasika, this term means nose. Agra means tip. So now this is a head mudra, right? So what we are actually doing in this mudra is we are gazing on the tip of the nose. Right. So the entire nose actually is a representation of the spine, the tip representing the root energy center, right? And this top you're representing the chakra or the energy point that is present right over here only, right, which is your eyebrow center, So this entire bridge of the nose represents actually the spinal cord, right? And we focus on the tip, right? So when you like, this is a hard mudra to do, because one thing, most of us, especially with COVID coming in, most of us are connected to screens more than ever, right? So a lot of people have developed eye ailments because of that. So it's harder for us to concentrate on the tip of the nose, so it will take you a while to develop this thing, right? So I'll tell you the technique before I do that, there's some contraindications. Some people cannot do this mudra, okay? It's harmful for them. So anybody who has had any kind of eye surgery, right, they should not do this mudra. And anyone who has any kind of severe eye ailment, again, this mudra should not be done, because people do the opposite in this. They're not supposed to strain, but they end up straining. So it can harm the eyes. So your cataract, all of these things, in that case, you have to avoid this mudra. Okay. So only if you have no eye surgery or no severe condition, eye ailment, then you can do this mudra. Apart from that, don't introduce this mudra to those people. Okay. So a very simple way of beginning your practice in this mudra is by the use of your thumb. Okay, so what we actually do is we place the thumb away from our eyes, right? So at arm's length, okay, and then we focus on the tip of the thumb. Okay, so I'll just demonstrate in after you guys write down. Okay, so this is kind of a preparatory practice, and then I will tell you about the main practice also. Okay. So when we are preparing ourselves, what we do is we take our hand, this is arm's length, okay? So your arm has to be straight, and place it in front of you, right? And look at the tip, okay, of your thumb. And slowly begin to move this close to your nose, right? And the closer it gets, your vision automatically comes in this form, and then touch the thumb with the tip of your nose, right? So now you are actually slowly concentrating the eyes to look at the tip of the nose. And then you can move it away again, and then again and again. Basically, you practice this because this helps you to adjust the eyes to look at the tip of the nose. It's very hard to look at the tip of your nose, It takes a lot of it becomes a little bit difficult, right? So at one point, maybe you are only able to see the tip of the nose from one side, right? But slowly, this thing, as you practice, this thing will become more concentrated. Your vision will become more concentrated, and with both eyes, you will be able to see the tip. So right now, like, I can view it more from my left side than my right side, right? So for me, or especially if you have glasses, you will take your time to develop this practice. So I also have some number in my eye, right? So it strains me also a lot of times, right? So as a preparatory practice, you can do this movement, and when you reach the tip of the nose, hold for a while over there, and then again go into the movement, right, of your hand. So this will slowly help you to develop, right? And finally, when you are going for the direct practice, all you have to do is calm yourself down, sit comfortably with a straight back and neck, right? And first you have to focus on relaxing the eye muscles, okay? because people do the opposite in this. So when they are asked to look at a particular point for a long period of time, the entire practice wants you to relax as you do this. But most people, they end up straining themselves when they do this, right? So these practices, they generally get misunderstood, right? And people end up having headaches or, uh, um, you know, uh, pain in the eyes. Why? Because they are not doing it correctly. Okay, so the main aim is not to strain. In fact, it will reduce your strain if you do it correctly. Okay, so you relax your eyes, you prepare yourself, and then you gently open the eyes and look at the tip of your nose. So it will seem as if my eyes are closed, right? But if somebody is looking from this angle, they'll be able to see now the eyeballs, they are focused on the tip of the nose, right? So mudras are great practice for pratyahar. Today we talked about the withdrawal of senses. So all these practices, they help you to keep the senses withdrawn. And this no step gazing is a very good example of this entire practice, because even though your eyes are open, you are withdrawn from the external world. When you gaze at the tip of your nose, so your eyes are open, you are engaging your senses, right? But your focus is on the tip of the nose. So the external things, they will easily get cut off for you, right? When you look at something for a long period of time very intensely, you don't remain aware, no, whatever is happening around. So in that same way, when you focus on the tip of your own nose, so you are not looking around where you are, right? Your entire vision is focused on the tip of the nose. It's a great practice if you want to work on your concentration, right? And overall, like development of the concentration, and even it helps you to relax your mind. So if you have a very active mind, if you just look at a point for a long period of time, the mind, begins to gather itself, right? So that point becomes a part of your own body. This mudra has a lot of benefits, and eventually when you are able to focus, it forms a V shape, right? If I look at the tip of my nose, it forms a V shape. That means you are looking at it equally from both your eyeballs, right? So it means you have achieved the final position. And after this, when you perform the mudra, gently close your eyes and don't open your eyes immediately, especially when you are doing something related to your eyes. It's very important that you go for the practice of palming. So palming is this thing that we do, you rub both the palms together and you form a cup of your hands, and then you place them over your eyes. So at least do this 3 times, because this practice trains a lot. Okay, and you have to prepare your eyes uh, for letting the light seep in again, right? If you immediately open the eyes, it will end up harming you, right? So anything related to the eyes, or when you keep your eyes closed for a long period of time, at least do palming 3 times. Okay, so that you prepare yourselves, right? Okay, guys, so we don't have a lot of time left. So tomorrow we will cover the remaining mudras. Today we can, I think, practice these and try to experience the mudras that we have discussed. All right. So we are just going to sit comfortably. Yeah. And we'll do some abdominal breathing first, and then we will hold both the mudras. So one you will be able to do easily with your hands only, right? So you can check which side is suiting you more, right? And then we will do the no step gazing. right? One time. I think one time we should be able to do, right? Don't strain yourselves too much. Try to be as relaxed as possible. Okay. So keep your back and neck straight and very gently close your eyes. And start connecting with your breathing. Just watch the natural flow of your breathing for now. Slowly begin to deepen the breathing. We'll go for a few rounds of abdominal breathing. Exhale fully. And as you begin to inhale, expand your abdomen. As you exhale, contract your abdomen. Take a few deep breaths just to relax yourself and prepare yourself for the practice of mudras. After completing your current round, suspend your practice completely and come to your natural breathing. Slowly bring your hands together. Place the right hand on top of the left hand. And shift your focus to your hands. Observe the mudra, Bhairava Mudra. See how your attention and focus completely changes as you come into this mudra. Stay connected to the impact of your hand position. Very slowly move your hand, the left hand, and place it on top of the right hand. Come into Bhairavi Mudra. And notice the difference that the change of hands has created. Stay connected to this change. Very slowly and gently, you can release the hand position. Place your hands on your knees. Keeping the back and neck straight, come back to your breathing. Observe the stability and calmness in your breath. We will practice nose tip gazing one time. We will go for the final practice. So before we begin, simply focus on your eyes and try to relax your eyes as much as possible. Leave the forehead and the eyes as loose as possible. All the muscles, just relax them. And whenever you feel ready, very gently open your eyes and focus them on the tip of the nose. Try to look at the tip of your nose for as long as possible. And if you start blinking, or if you feel that it's straining you too much, again, gently close your eyes. If you are still practicing, you can gently close your eyes now. Just relax yourself. Relax the eyes and the forehead. Simply observe how you feel after the practice. Were you able to see from one side more than the other? Or were you able to concentrate on the tip of the nose or not? Just make these small observations. We will end our session today with one Om chanting followed by 3 Shantis. First take one deep breath. Inhale deeply. exhale. Inhale for Om. Om. Shanti. 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 Join your palms together and gently bow down with a sense of gratitude in your heart for everything you have. Begin to rub both your palms together. Generate heat between both the palms. Keep your palms on your eyes. We'll do this 2 more times. So begin to rub your palms together. Keep your palms on your eyes. One last time, rub the palms together. Keep them on the eyes. Very slowly, while blinking and looking at your palms, begin to open up your eyes. Start coming back with a smile. Namaste to everyone. So we'll continue the mudras tomorrow as well. Any doubts from today's session? No? You guys were able to focus on the tip of your nose? Yeah. One side was, you were able to look more from one side, or was it equal for you guys? Equal? Almost equal. Okay. Great. Equal? No worries. We will go for this practice also. Today we didn't have that time. So if tomorrow we have time, we will first do the practice and then do the practice. Okay? Right? So take care, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.